At the family picnic, my sister raised her glass and said, "Here's to the one who always shows up broke." Everyone laughed. But 5 years later, she walked into a job interview in my office, and the look on her face was worth every tear I ever shed. You know what's funny? Family can break you in ways strangers never could, because you never see it coming. It was the annual family picnic. My parents, cousins, uncles, everyone was there. It was supposed to be fun, sunshine, laughter, grilled food. But for me, it turned into the day that changed everything. I was 26, recently divorced, struggling with rent and trying to start a small online business that wasn't going anywhere. My sister Lauren was the golden one, married to a banker, living in a huge house, driving a new car every year. I arrived late that day, carrying a cheap bottle of soda because I couldn't afford wine. And I could already feel the judgment in the air. Then came the toast. Lauren stood up, raised her glass, and with that perfect, smug smile said, "Here's to the one who always shows up broke." Everyone burst into laughter. Even my parents, even my mom. I felt my chest tighten, my throat burn. But I forced a smile, pretending it didn't hurt. Inside, I promised myself one thing: they never laugh at me again. After that picnic, I hit rock bottom, and somehow that was exactly what I needed. I stopped comparing myself to them. Stopped trying to fit into their polished, perfect world. I moved into a small apartment, got a secondhand laptop, and started freelancing, writing content for small brands online. I made almost nothing at first, but I learned. Every night, I studied marketing, branding, design. Months turned into years. Every rejection became a lesson. Then one night at 2 a.m. while working on a logo project, I had an idea. What if I built a platform for small businesses, people like me, to get affordable digital branding without big agencies overcharging them? That spark became my first startup. It failed, but the second one didn't, nor the third. By 31, I had built a marketing firm with real clients, global ones. I had a small team, a downtown office, and a confidence I'd never had before. But still, I never forgot that toast. Here's to the one who always shows up broke. Those words haunted me, but they also fueled me. I didn't post about my success online. I didn't tell my parents, not even Lauren. Every time I saw her Instagram, I saw the same picture-perfect life, her family vacations, expensive brunches, captions like, "Hustle hard, play harder." But behind the scenes, I knew things weren't perfect. Rumors reached me through cousins. Her husband had lost his job, their mortgage was huge, and they were downsizing. Still, I stayed silent. Until one morning, my assistant knocked on my office door and said, "We have a walk-in interview for the project manager position, a Lauren Mitchell." I froze. Lauren Mitchell, my sister. I told my assistant to send her in. The door opened. Lauren walked in, holding a worn-out leather bag, her eyes tired. She didn't recognize me at first. She just smiled politely and said, "Hi, I'm here for the interview." When she finally looked at my nameplate, her face drained of color. You're the owner?" I leaned back in my chair, calm, controlled, years of pain compressed into that single smirk. "Yes, please have a seat." She stuttered through her introduction, trying to keep it professional, but I could see it, the panic, the humiliation. When the interview ended, she said softly, "You've really done well for yourself." I smiled. "Here's to the one who doesn't show up broke anymore." She froze. Her lips parted, but no words came. That was enough for me. I didn't hire her, not out of cruelty, but because she didn't deserve a shortcut into my world. Weeks later, I attended another family event, this time, a quiet dinner at my parents' house. Lauren was there too, quieter than usual. When Mom asked me about work, I said simply, "Things are going well." Lauren avoided my gaze. At the end of dinner, Dad jokingly said, "Come on, someone give a toast." So I stood up, held my glass, and said, "Here's to the one who learned that being broke once doesn't mean staying broke forever." Silence. No laughter this time. Only pride and maybe a little shame. Lauren's eyes glistened. She whispered, "I'm sorry." I smiled and nodded. Not in forgiveness, but in peace. Revenge isn't always about payback. Sometimes, it's about walking away from the version of yourself that begged for validation. They once saw me as the broken one. Now they see me as the reminder that tables always turn. And that's the thing about toasts. When life raises a glass against you, make sure that one day you'll be the one pouring the champagne.